Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter which is ratio and proportion. So before jumping to the exercise 8.1, I would like to give you some idea about ratio. So when you talk about the ratio is what? I will give you one example, one or two example. From that we will try to understand what exactly this ratio is, okay? So suppose we are given here, suppose this is Ramesh and this is Harish. So if we are asked to compare their weight, their height, what we can say, since if Ramesh is smaller than Harish, so what we can say, Ramesh, suppose Ramesh is taller than Harish, then at that time what we can say, Ramesh is taller than Harish, right? After that there is a car, suppose this is a car and this is a scooter. So if we are asked to compare the price, we can compare like this, right? The cost of car is more than the cost of scooter, so we can compare like this, right? So in this two example, there are two quantities of the same type are being compared, right? But we can compare these two quantities in two different ways, okay? We can compare these two quantities, this car and this scooter, and suppose the height of Ramesh and the height of Harish, in two different ways, okay? So the first way is, suppose the one way is to by finding the difference between the two quantities, okay? And another way will be by dividing, okay? So we will see one by one by finding the difference, how to find out or how to compare these two quantities, by finding their difference. Suppose there is one boy, or we can say there is a shopkeeper, or we can say that there is a shop. From that shop, okay, your father or your mother has bought 15 pencils, okay? 15 pencils. So this 15 pencils, she gave 10 pencils to you, okay? 10 pencils to you, and 5 pencils to your younger brother, okay? Younger brother or younger sisters. So what does it means? It means that you have got 5 more pencils than your younger brother, right? Younger brother or sisters, I think you are understanding this, right? Because from the 15, 10 you have got, 10 pencils you have got, and 5 pencils you have got, your younger brother, your younger sister has got 5 pencils. Means what? When you will see, you have got 5 more pencils than your younger sister, right? So how you have to find out? We can find out like this. It means that you got 5 more, right? You got 5 more than your younger sister, right? You got 5 pencils more than your younger sister, right? So how you have find out? Total was what? How many you have got? You have got 10, okay? And how much did your sister get? 5. So when you will subtract this, you will get 5, right? So you can tell like this, that you have got 5 more than your sisters, right? Now, next, here what we can say, here to compare the number of pencil given to you and your sister, the difference between your and your sister's share was found, right? How we have found this? We have found by subtracting your share, which was 10, and by the subtracting the share which your sister has got, and we have compared this, that you have got 5 more pencils than your sister, right? So this is one method from which you can find out the, you can compare the two quantities, okay? Now another method is ratio method, okay? So what is ratio? This is another method. The difference method you have seen, right? So one more example, if you can take, if if there are 10 bananas, okay? And from that 10 bananas, if suppose you have okay, let us take the example here. Suppose there is 25 bananas, okay? 25 bananas, and from this 25 bananas you have got, suppose 10, okay? And your sister has got, suppose 15, okay? So how you will compare this? You can compare by finding out the difference. So your fifth sister has got 5, okay, and 15, and you have got 10. So when you will subtract this, you will get 5, right? Means your sister has got 5 more than you, right? 5 more bananas than you. So this is one method to compare the two quantities. Now next method is a ratio method. So this is the another way of comparing the shares of suppose we are taking the example of pencil. Okay, so that pencil, the example which we were taking before. So there is another way of comparing the shares of pencils. So you can also interrupt that you got two times more pencils than your sister, just like this. You can compare by dividing also. Suppose the total was, you have got 10, your sister has got 5. Okay, when you will cancel this, you will get 2, right? Here 2. So you can tell like this, that you have got 2 times more pencils than your sister, right? So here the comparison has been done by dividing. As you can see, by comparison has been done by dividing. And previously how it was, how we have find out the compare, how we have compared, by taking out the difference, right? So here we are finding out, or we can say that we are comparing, here we are comparing with by dividing, right? So when you will compare the two quantities by division, the comparison is known as ratio. Okay, so I hope you have got this right. So when you are comparing two quantities by division method, so at that time that comparison is known as what? Ratio. I hope you have understood this, right? So ratio, when we talk about the ratio is expressed as like this. Okay, like this, two dots will be there, 1 2, it is expressed like this. Suppose we can take the example, for example, the ratio of 10 is to 5. Suppose the ratio is 10 is to 5. Okay, so for 10, the ratio of 10 is to 5 can be written as 2 is to 1. How it has came 2 is to 1? Just what we have did, we have divided 10 divided by 5. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, so its ratio is 2 is to 1, right? So in this way you can find out the ratio. So what we can say, the ratio of two quantities is a fraction that tells how many times one quantity is of other. Okay, and the two quantities should have the same unit. Okay, so if there are two numbers, suppose one number is p and another number is q. Okay, so their ratio can be written as, how we can write the ratio? We can write like this, p is to q, like this you can find out, right? So here letter p is called what? The first term. Okay, which is called antecedent. Okay, and here q is called second terms or consequent. Okay, so I hope you have understood this, what is the ratio. Okay, so simplest or lowest form, when we talk about the simplest or lowest form, means what? We can suppose, if we talk about the simplest or lowest form, so one example is given in your book. Suppose 1 minute, we have to find out the ratio between 1 minute and 1 hour. Okay, so how we can find out? We know that 1 minute, so as it is, it will be as it is, but 1 hour is what? 60 minute, right? 1 hour is 60 minute. So how we can compare this? We can compare like this, 1 minute, okay, divided by 1 hour, which is 1 minute will be as it is. Okay, and 1 hour is 60 minute. So what will be the ratio? Ratio will be 1 is to 60. Okay, so in this way you can find out the ratio. So I hope you have got the idea what is ratio, right? So now we will do question number exercise. We will see exercise 8.1. So in 8.1 exercise, we have first question is find the ratio of the following. So we have to find out the ratio between the following numbers. So we have to find out the ratio between 24 and 96. Okay, so we know that suppose if it is given like this, right, 24 96, one more method is there at that, when there will be a fraction type, 1 by 2 to 1 by 3, like this if it is given. So at that time there will be a different method. But if it is given like this in a simple method, not in a fraction, so at that time the system will be different, right? So we will see when there is a number, simple number is given. So if we are asked to find out the difference between this 24 and 96, so how we can find out? What we have to do, we have to find the ratio of 24 and 96, which can be written as like this, right? 24 is to 96. So for what we have to do, we have to, first of all, we have to find out the SCF between this 24 and 96. Okay, so to find out the SCF, we have done in previously also, right? So 24 will be outside, 96 will be inside. After that we when you will compare this 24 into, if we will divide this with 2, 4 to 3, or if we 4, if it is when we multiply it by 4, 4 for the 16 and 4 to the 8, 19, 96. So the SCF is coming what, 24, right? So first of all we will find out the SCF between these two numbers. So we have got the SCF, right? So now required ratio will be, just we have to divide this with 24 and this with 24. As you can see, I have divided 24 with this and 96 with this. So what we have got, 1 by 4. So it can be written as 1:4. So this is the ratio. Okay, so I hope you have understood this, right? Now next is, you can see the ratio between 12 and 48. So first what we have to do, we have to write like this. Okay, in a 12 is to 48. After that you have to find out the HCF of these two numbers. So the HCF of 12 and 48 will be 12. Okay, now after that, when we have got 48, after that what we will do, we will compare this. Okay, as you can see, when we have got 12, what we will do, we will just divide this. So 12 divided by 12, 12 divided 48 divided by 12. So what we will get, 1 by 4. So it can be written as 1:4. So what is the ratio of this? The ratio of this is 1:4. The ratio of this is 1:4 by, right? So I hope you have understood this. Now next is, you will see that when there is a fraction like this, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, at that time what we have to do, at that time we have to find out the LCM of this 2 and 3. Okay, that at that time what we have done here, what we have to, what we are doing, we are finding out the SCF, right? But here, when it is given in this form, 1 by 2 or P by Q form, when it is given in P by Q form, at that time we don't have to find out the LCM. At that time we have to find out the SCF. Okay, sorry, at that time we have to find out the LCM, not the SCF. So when you will see what we have did, we have find out the SCF of this 2 and 3, sorry, LCM of this 2 and 3. So the LCM of 2 and 3 is what, 6. So what we have to do here, you see, when we were finding HCF, at that time we were dividing, right? As you can see, where we were dividing, at that, when we were finding out the SCF, when simple number is given like 10, 30 like this, so at that time we were dividing this, right? As you can see, we were dividing. But here, when we are doing simple, just simply, when we are finding out the LCM, because it is given in P by Q form. So when we are finding out the LCM, at that time we are multiplying. As you can see, we are doing multiplication, right? So 1 by 2 multiplied by 6, so it will be, we will get 3. And 3 divided by 3 divided by 1 by 3 into 6, we will get 2. So the required ratio will be 3:2, right? Now again, this one, as you will see, this one, so this one is given in mixed fraction. We have to complete, we have to form this in a simple fraction. So it will be 2 3 is 6 and 1 7. 7 by 3 is to 9. So again, it is 1 P by Q form is there, so we have to find out the LCM. So when you will find out the LCM, you will get here 3. Okay, so when we are finding out the LCM, at the time what we have to do, we have to multiply, right? So when you have multiplied, we have got 7:27. So I hope you have understood this, right? Now we will see question number 2. So in question number 2, we have to find out the two equivalent ratio of the following. Means we have to find here equivalent ratio. Okay, so as you can see, in question number 2, we have to find out the two equivalent ratio of the following. So to find out the two equivalent ratio of the following, which is given 4:9. So first of all, we have to write this as 4/9. Okay, 4/9. First time we have to divide this, we multiply this with 2/2, and after that we have to multiply by 3/3. So when we will multiply by 2/2, 4 to the 8, 9 to the 18, 8/18. After that, when you will multiply this with 3/3, you will get 12 is to 27, 12 by 27. So 8 by 18 is written as 18 is to 8, 8 is to 18. And when it is 4/9, it is written as 12 is to 27. So these are the two equivalent ratio, which is 18 is to 8 and 12 is to 27, right? Here also what we have to do it, 2/2, 3/3, you will get this, after that this, right? So it is very easy, right? Now next one is little bit complicated, but it will be easy because we have done this type of question previously. In the previous chapter we have did this, right? So as you can see, we have to find out the ratio between 25 rupees and 50 paise. So as we know that in the previous chapter also we have done that 25 rupees is equal to 25 rupee, we have, first of all, always remember that you have to make the unit same, then only you can find out the ratio. Okay, after if you are not making the unit same, then then you cannot find out the ratio. So here you can see, here the unit is rupee and here it is paise. So what we will do, we will convert this into a smaller one. So paisa is smaller, right? Rupee is bigger. So as you can see, we have to convert this into a smaller one. So when you will convert this into a smaller one, so how we have to convert this, we have to do like this. We know that we have to, first of all, what is the basic of doing this type of question is, you have to make the unit similar. Okay, so here the unit is rupee, here the unit is paise, so we have to choose one which is smaller. So paisa is smaller, so what we will do, we will convert this rupee into a paisa. So 25 rupees is equal to 2500 paise. Okay, so when you have got this 20 paise, 25 rupees is equal to 2500 paise. Now what we will do, we will find out the ratio between this 50 paise and this 2500 paise. So when you will find out the ratio, how we will find out, we will use here division method, not the subtraction method. So what we will do, we will just divide this 2500 with this 50. We will get 50 is to 50 by 1, which is written as 50 is to 1, right? So I hope you have understood this. Now next is 8 hours and 2 days. Again, for what is the basic criteria, first of all, we have to make the unit same. So here one is hour, another one is day. So what we will do, we will convert this day into hour, because days is bigger than hour, right? So we will convert this into hour. After that only we will do this. So first of all, what we have to make the unit similar, right? So 8 hour 2 days, so 2 days can be written as what, 48 hours, right? So now we will find out the ratio between this 48 hours and this 8 hours. So how we will try find out, so first is this one is given to, this one is given later on. So you have to see that here in this case also 25 was given before, right? First 25, after that 50. So that is why we are writing this 2500 paisa above and 50 paisa below, right? Here also you see 8 hours given before, and after that 2 days is given, right? So when you have converted this to 8 hours, 2 days into 48 hours, so it is not like that you will write 48 by 8. It is not like this, because here they have asked the ratio between 8 hours and 2 days, not 2 days and 8 hours. They are not written like this. If they are written 2 days to 8 hours, at that time you will write 48 by 8. Okay, but here you see it has given 8 hours to for 2 days, right? So at that since at that time, what we have to do, we have to put 8 above and 48 below, right? So when you will find out, when you will subtract this or divide this, so we will get 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 is written as 1 is to 6. So I hope you have understood this, right? So one more question I will do it for you. Suppose it has been given here 40 centimeter and 1.5 meter. So unit is different, right? So first criteria is to make the unit similar. So 1.5 meter is bigger than centimeter, so we will convert this meter into centimeter. So 1.5 meter, this can be written as what, 150 centimeter, right? We have did this before. So now what we have got, 40. Now what we have, we will compare this. We have to find out the ratio between this 150 and this 40. So this again you see 40 is before, right? And one, since 1.5 is later on, is afterward it has been written, right? So again this time also what we will do, we will write 40 before and after that 150. So 40 will be written upside, after that 150, right? So when you will subtract this, you will get 14 is to 15, right? So I hope you can do this, right? Rest is very easy. I hope you have understood, you have got the basic idea, right? Now we will see question number 4, which is a very easy question. So in question number 4, Ram gave 34 trophies to Meena and 68 trophies to Tina. As you can see, Ram gave trophies to Meena is what, 34, and Ram gave trophies to Tina is 68, right? So what they have asked, they have asked to find out the trophies, ratio of trophies given to them. Means they are asking the ratio between these two numbers. Okay, so the ratio of the trophies given to them was, it will be 34 is to 68, right? So this 34 is to 68 can be written as division. We will use here division method. So it will be 34 divided by 68. So when you will divide this, you will get 1 is to 2, right? We will get 1 by 2 actually, 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 can be written as 1 is to 2, right? So as you can see here, 1 is to 2. So the difference, the ratio of the toffees given to them is 1 is to 2, right? Now again, next question is, in a school, the number of boys is how much? Number of boys is this much, 1800, okay? And the number of girls is 1500, right? 00, and number of girls is 1500, right? So in the first question, question number A, 5A, what they have asked? They have asked to find out the ratio, and this to find out the ratio between the number of boys and the number of girls. So number of boys is what? 1800, and number of girls is 1500. So when you will find out the ratio, it will be written as 1800 divided by 5, 1500. So when you will subtract it, you will get 6 by 5. So 6 is to 5, means the ratio of boys to girls is 6 is to 5, right? Now next question, they have asked to find out the number ratio of the number of boys to the total number of student in the school. So total number of student will be how much? As you can see, total number of student will be including boys and girls both. So when you will add this to, what you will get? You will get 3300, right? When you will add this, total number means in a school, this much is boys and this much is girls, means total is how much? We will add this to, so we will get 3300, right? So total number, so in the question number B, what they are asking? They are asking the find out the ratio of the number of boys to the total number of student in the school. So total number of student in the school is how much? This much, and number of boys is this much. So what we will write? How we will find out the ratio? 1800 divided by 3300. So when you will cancel this, 00 will be cancelled out. When you will this cancel this, you will get 6 divided 11, right? So here we are getting 6 by 11, so which is 6 is to 11, means the total number of boys to the ratio of the total number of boys to the total number of student in the school is what? 6 is to 11, right? Now question number 3 is question number C, number of girls to the total number of student in the school. Same thing, but here here they are asking number of girls. So number of girls, as you can see, what is the number of girls? 1500 is to total number is 3300. So what we can write, when you have to find out the ratio, it will be 1500 divided by 3300. Again, when you will this 00 will be cancelled, here it will be 11, here it will be 5. So it is 5 is to 11, right? As you can see here. So I hope you have understood this. It is very easy, right? Now next question is question number 6. Raju's father earned 24,000 per month, while his mother earned 18,000 per month. Find the ratio of the money earned by his father to the money earned by his mother. Father to mother. It is not asking mother to father. It is asking about father to mother, right? So Raju's father earned per month is what? This much, 24,000. His mother earned is 18,000. So the ratio of money earned by his father to the money earned by his mother is 24 is to 1800, right? So 24 will be above, 18 will be below. So after that, it will, when you will divide this, it will come 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 can be written as 4 is to 3, right? If they will ask, if what it will do, if they are reversing the question, if they are asking the ratio of the money earned by his mother to father, if it is written mother to father, then at that time we will write 1800 above and 2400 below, right? But here they are, since they are asking father to mother, then at that time we will write 2400 above and 1800 below, right? Now next question is question number 7. Here it is given, if 40 sweets are to be distributed between Sita and Gita in a ratio of 7 is to 3, how much sweet would they how much sweets would each get? So first of all, you see that what in this question, how to tackle this type of question, what you will do, and first of all, you add the ratio. 7 is to 3 is given, right? So we have to find out the sum of the term of the ratio, which is 7 plus 3, it is 10, right? Now after that, total number of sweets was how much? 40, okay? So what we will do, Sita and Gita, right? So Sita will get 7 by 10 into 40, okay? As you can see, 7 by 10 into 40, which is 28 sweets, and Gita will get 3 by 10 into 40, which is 12 sweets, okay? This thing, then in this way you have to find out. Means what we have to do, we have to add the ratio, and after that we have to divide this ratio by 7. After adding this, we first of all we will take 7 by 10. After that we will take Now 3 by 10 and this 7 by 10 is multiplied by 40, and this 3 by 10 also will be multiplied by 40. Okay. Now next is question number 8. An express train travels 45 km per hour while a passenger train travel 30 km per hour. Find the ratio of the speeds of the express train to that of the passenger train. Okay. So as you can see, speed of the express train is this, speed of the passenger train is this. So the ratio of the speed of the express to that of the passenger train will be 45 km per hour to 30 km per hour. So what we will do, 45 divided by 30, we will get 3 by 2, which will be 3:2. Right? Easy, right? It is also very easy. Now question number 9. Question number 9 is what? In an election, a candidate A and B receive a vote with 2:3. Means there are two candidates A and B, and and in this there was an election, and that in the election there was two candidate A and B, and the vote which they have got is in the ratio of 2:3. Right? In 2:3 ratio they have got the vote, and the total number of vote was 360. Okay, so we have to find out how much vote this candidate A has got. Okay. So what we will do, first of all we will add this ratio, 2:3, it will be 5, right? So since they are asking about A, so we can write like this, right? 2 by 5 into total number of vote is what? 360, right? If they were asking for the B, what is that? A and B, right? The ratio was 2:3. So if they are asking for the total number of vote that A has got at that time, what we will do, we will add this to 2:3 is what? 5, right? So it will be written as 2 by 5 into 360. Okay. Now if suppose in this question, in another question, if it is not given in this question, suppose I am giving you for an understanding, if it is given B, we have to find out the vote that candidate B have got. So what we will do at that time, we will write 3 by 5 again into 360. Okay. So but in this question they are asking about for only A, right? So how we will write, we will see that the sum of the ratio is 5, total number of vote is 360, number of vote A got is 2 by 5 into 360, which is 144 votes. Okay. Now next is question number 10, last question for today. If 3 by 4th of a letter that Mr. Mehes got are bill, okay, then find the ratio of the number of bills to that of the number of other letter. Means there was a letter, if 3 by 4th of a letter that Mr. Mehes got is a bill, right? Suppose the bill is 1. As you can see, fraction of bill Mehes get is 3 by 4, right? So if the fraction of letter that Mehes get will be 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 4, right? If total we are taking, say, let the total letter is 1. So from this 1, 3 by 4 is a bill, right? So fraction of bill Mehes got is what? 3 by 4. So the fraction of letter will be how much? 1 minus, because 1 minus 3 by 4, as you can see, 1 minus 3 by 4, which will be 1 by 4. Now we have to find out the ratio. So the ratio between number of bills and the number of letter will be 3 by 4 is to 1 by 4. So what we have to do, we have to find out the LCM, because it is in fraction, but I have told you in question number 1, right? So when you find the LCM, you will get 4. So if we are finding the LCM, we will multiply this 3 by 4 into 4, 1 by 4 into 4, you will get 3:1, right? So I hope you have understood this. So this much for today. So in the next class we will discuss from question number 11 to 20. So in today's class I hope you have understood this, right? So keep up to this. Till that, thank you.